No Leonard Fournette for the Jaguars, no problem. He was deactivated for Sunday's contest due to a violation of team rules. Blake Bortles led the way for the Jags, 24 of 38, 259 yards through the air, a touchdown, and no interceptions. Turnovers have been an issue for Bortles. The Jaguars defense put the clamps down, limited the Cincinnati offense to just 148 total yards. But a lot of attention went to this here, a scuffle between A.J. Green and Jalen Ramsey. Ramsey pushed Green. Green retaliated by putting Ramsey in a chokehold and then threw a couple of punches. Both players would be ejected after that fight. The Jaguars would go on the cruise 23-7. What is your take on Jacksonville in this AFC South? We know what's happened with Houston. They don't have Deshaun Watson. And for the Jaguars to win without Leonard Fournette, are you starting to believe that this team can win the division?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Houston was my pick with the way Watson was playing. That all changed with the practice injury to Deshaun. And, you know, news Andrew Luck's not going to be back at any point.
True.
We kept waiting. You know, have the Colts held down the fort long enough and tread water for 12 to come back in and save their whole season and go on this winning streak? Well, that's not going to happen. So, you know, you kind of take the least of all the evils in the division, and that's looking like the Jacksonville Jaguars, especially now that they have an identity defensively. This was a strong performance yet again by the Jacksonville defense, and it wasn't one where they light you up with double-digit sacks or force Andy Dalton into 5 turnovers. Dalton didn't throw an interception. They only had 2 sacks, but they were able to win that battle at the line of scrimmage. Bortles was just good enough, and as they turned to Chris Ivory, who was okay, certainly not Leonard Fournette at all. It was a little bit of an ugly game, but it's weird because Jacksonville's comfortable in those types of games now. They didn't used to be. They used to be a softer team. Now, all of a sudden, they want that ugly kind of drag it through the mud type of game. And I think the incident that happened right before half that you spoke of, which was wild. I mean, it was something straight out of the UFC.
Like he was watching the fight on Saturday.
It really was. And, as great as Jalen Ramsey is and has been for this defense, they've got enough other playmakers.
For sure. They'll
take that trade-off of him getting ejected if A.J. Green is going to get ejected, because it almost just removed any dynamic nature to this Bengals offense. And you see it on your screen right there. 7 points. Dalton threw for not even, 150 yards. It was not pretty, and I think Jacksonville will sign up for that week after week because that's their identity now. And I like them to win this division.
When you look at the Cincinnati Bengals, just 8 first downs, 1 of 8 on third down. That Jacksonville defense was outstanding for sure. They improved to 5-3 on the season. Stadium, we're always on demand.